The Sydney Police Department investigates an early morning home invasion incident. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Plat Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Plat Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the Sydney Police Department is currently investigating a home invasion incident that occurred in the 1100 block of 22nd Avenue. Upon arrival, the homeowner informed police that they had heard someone attempting to enter through a window and then heard multiple male voices inside their residence. Officers conducted a thorough search of the home and found no signs of forced entry or missing items. Officers will be canvassing the neighborhood today to gather any available surveillance footage or doorbell camera recordings. As a precautionary measure, all community members are encouraged to ensure their doors are locked and the property is secure. Well, Western Nebraska Community College has seen an increase in its total enrollment for the fall 2024 semester and a 6% increase in retention from students attending in fall 2023 semester. WNCC President Greg Dart says he's incredibly proud of the work being done across multiple departments to get these numbers up.
Fall is in full swing right now, and we have more students than we had in quite some time. We're at 4% across our 3 campuses, including a 15% increase in dual enrolled students. We couldn't be more excited to be serving the students of this region and really the entire state of Nebraska.
The total enrollment of WNCC this fall is 1,569 students, an increase of just over 4% from 12 months ago. The WNCC student body has students representing all 13 counties of the service area, 24 other states, and international students from 31 countries. And the Scottsbluff City Council approved its 1- and 6-year street improvement plans during their last meeting. Public Works Director Mark Bohl says there's only one project in the 1-year plan, an extension of 18th Avenue from 27th Street that will cut south towards Target and Staples.
but just the 18th Avenue project for the 1 year. That'd be concrete paving, 8-inch thick, sidewalks both sides, 60-inch culvert for the canal, swinging across the canal.
The 18th Avenue project has an estimated $1.6 million price tag on it. On the 6-year plan, there are 12 projects, which are mainly residential development projects in the north and northwest parts of the city. We'll have more news right after this.
Looking for free instead of fees? Plat Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Plat Valley Bank. You belong here.
When it comes to your health, you deserve the very best. At Morrill County Community Hospital, they provide top-notch care with compassion and expertise. From routine checkups to advanced surgeries, their dedicated team is here for you 24/7. With state-of-the-art technology and a patient-first approach, they ensure you and your loved ones receive the highest quality care. Because at Morrill County Community Hospital, your health is their priority. Visit Morrill County Community Hospital today in Bridgeport. Morrill County Community Hospital. Exceptional care right here at home.
Welcome back. The Scottsbluff County Tourism Committee is searching for interested parties for a 4-year term as a member of the board. Those wanting to serve should represent a lodging property in the county, with suitable candidates being owners or managers of a hotel, motel, campground, B&B, or lodge. The opening is due to change in the emphasis of the board, as explained by County Tourism Director Brenda Licey during their last commissioners meeting.
So really the only change is that we're adding one more person from lodging, and then we will not choose members from transportation or events. So that's really the only difference. We're just going a little bit stronger on sports and a little bit stronger on lodging.
The Tourism Advisory Committee meets quarterly in January, April, July, and October, and with a new grant program being introduced, April and October will be longer meetings requiring a full afternoon commitment. The term for the position runs through December of 2028, and a November 8th deadline for submission of a cover letter, resume, and paragraph expressing the reason you want to serve. And Scottsbluff County Transit Manager has been honored by a statewide association of public transit officials. Kurt Richter, who oversees the Tri-City Roadrunner, has been announced as Manager of the Year by the Nebraska Association of Transportation Providers. 18 employees of the Transit Department nominated Richter, with common themes that he works hard to ensure the agency offers safe, effective, timely, and friendly transportation services. He advocates for passengers and makes them a priority. The NATP, which was formed to promote effective and efficient public transportation throughout the state, announced the award during their annual meeting and managers workshop in Kearney this week.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
Now the latest from the Scottsbluff Body and Paint Sports Desk. Scottsbluff Body and Paint. You're driving home our reputation.
I'm Jason Jorgensen. It is once again time for Husker Chat, brought to you by Acres Equipment. We are joined by Sean Callahan of Husker Online. Huge game for the Huskers this week on the road at undefeated Indiana. Sean, first off, how did the bye week treat you? Were you able to get better in the bye week?
It was still fairly normal for us. I mean, I still had 4 shows I did, and we had our 1 day of access to Matt Rule. I mean, so the biggest difference was we didn't talk to players this last week, and we didn't have a game. So was able to slip down to Kansas City and get down there Saturday, and I came back Sunday and just kind of relaxed, let my wife shop and got some barbecue and came back on Sunday. So bye weeks are always fun. And, this is one of those years you get 2 bye weeks because of the 14 Saturday schedule between Labor Day and Thanksgiving. So we'll get another bye week here in 3 weeks, which doesn't always happen, obviously, in college football.
All right, let's talk about the Huskers. They feel they did get better in the bye week. Where do you feel this team is at going into this big game in Indiana?
Well, I think just getting Jamari Butler on the defensive line, getting him healthy in another week, I think will go a long way. Just getting special teams tuned up and cleaned up and some of the things that need addressed, that's been big. I think for Dylan Raiola, a chance to look at the first 6 games, look at what Rutgers did and evaluate those things. Then Tommy Hill in the secondary, his foot injury, I think he's expected to play this week. We'll see, though, how he goes through warmups and how that feels. Tristan Alvano has started to kick again. I just don't know if we'll see him play yet. But we'll see if he even travels at this point, because they are limited to 74 players. And the last road game at Purdue, he didn't even travel. So that will be a telling point. If he travels, he obviously can play.
We've talked at length about this, and others have talked about it too. The issues with the special teams. Where do you think they start to get this corrected so it's not such a hindrance for them?
Well, the biggest thing is recognizing what they're seeing. And, Rutgers was bringing, 10 people at Nebraska, and Nebraska only had 8 blocking. So just from a simple numbers perspective, they had 2 guys that were coming in untouched. And Matt Rule said, he goes, I wish I would have called the fake punt right away. And then they wouldn't have rushed us like that, the other punts throughout the game. So it is recognizing some of those things too. Because if you let a Division I athlete that runs 4.4, 4.5 come free untouched, they are going to block the punt. It doesn't matter how fast your snapper is. You've got to at least get a body on a body. So some of it is that. Some of it still is the snapping issues. And that leads to holding issues and kicking issues down the line. So and the wind was crazy in that game as well. And I think Nebraska actually used that last week against Rutgers to their advantage, where they were able to pin Rutgers back a few times, where Rutgers did not take advantage of the wind, putting the ball through the end zone when they punted towards that north end, the south end, where they came up empty on those same punts.
Today on Husker Chat, we're joined by Sean Callahan. It's brought to you by Acres Equipment. Huge game for the Huskers on the road at Indiana. I remember back in the summer listening to the Big Ten Media Days, new Indiana head coach Kurt Cignetti. He's a very confident guy. He has won at every level he's been at, and his first couple of months in Indiana have been fantastic.
Jason, what he said is, I win a lot. Google,
Yeah.
I win. And, that's kind of his legendary, Scott Frost kind of came in the Big Ten and tried that approach where he said, you better get us now because we're going to get pretty good. And that obviously didn't turn out. But Cignetti, at least at this point, 6-0. Look, they've been favored in all 6 games. They've won all 6 games. They have the easiest strength of schedule of any Power 4 team in America. So they've taken care of business. They've got a lot of swagger. They've got a lot of confidence. He's done his job to this point. Now they're going to see some tougher opponents, and they have expectations. There's not been a lot of players that have had expectations in that program. He's got a lot of James Madison players, though, that came with him. About half the starters total are James Madison players on the offense, defense. And a lot of the defense came over. A lot of the key players that have made plays for them on the defense were former James Madison players. So I think they've been able to bring a lot of continuity with them. Cignetti is a winner. He started out as an assistant coach for Nick Saban in Alabama in 07 to 10. He was a receivers coach before he kind of went on the small school coaching path and got to where he's at right now.
Talk to me about their quarterback, Curtis Rourke. He's been very, very good. It probably wasn't a lot of, hype when they brought him in from Ohio in the offseason, but this guy's been very efficient.
Well, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the MAC conference. Coincidentally, he was a Frank Solich recruit. Frank Solich recruited him and his brother. They were from Canada. And so they were an unorthodox set of brothers that went to play for Frank in Athens. And over this final season, he made the decision to transfer and go play for Indiana. And it's worked out. I mean, I think when you talk about the transfer portal, stories like this are what it's all about. Where a guy like Rourke, who has done about all he could do at Ohio, gets an opportunity in the big leagues and can kind of prove what he can do. And he's proven it thus far in every which way. And he's got leadership and experience, and he's big. He's 6'5", probably 215, 220. He will not just go down easily in this game in the pocket.
All right. How do you see this one shaping up on Saturday? Of course, special teams key for the Huskers because you have to figure this thing's probably close.
Yeah. I mean, I think Nebraska can win this game, and they're under. It's about a touchdown or less on the spread. I'm picking Nebraska to win. I don't have my exact score right now, but I just think the underdog mentality, the lack of line of scrimmage that Indiana has seen, Nebraska can really go at them with their play up front in this game. And Dylan Raiola, it's going to be a nice, crisp fall Saturday. We're not going to be playing in Hurricane Nebraska like we saw 2 weeks ago. Where the wind was swirling around Lincoln in all which directions. It's going to be a little bit different, which I think will help Dylan Raiola in that Husker passing offense.
All right. Well, hey, as always, we appreciate your insights. Have a good, safe trip to Bloomington. It's got to be kind of cool to go on the road. This big game, national audience, a chance for the Huskers.
Just my second trip there in the 14 years Nebraska's been in the conference.
All right. Have a good one, Sean.
Thanks, Jason.
And that was Sean Callahan of Husker Online joining us for Husker Chat. Once again, Sean is with us every week, and it's brought to you by Acres Equipment. I'm Jason Jorgensen.
October is Renewal by Anderson's United Against Cancer campaign, and when Renewal offered to pay for employees' radon testing and mitigation, several Renewal team members found radon in their homes. Deb was one of them, and she always wondered how she got breast cancer. Radon causes cancer. It's linked to Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. Radon is a killer.
People don't know about radon. They don't know what a killer it is, and they don't know how cheap it is to have it tested.
From all of us at Renewal by Anderson, please get a radon test now. It could save your life.
Let's take a peek at your weekend community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Tri-City Stormwater presents Stormwater 101, an illicit discharge.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
Tired of feeling stuck? Not sure if you are on the right track? Plat Valley Bank can help keep your finances moving forward with checking account options to fit your lifestyle and an online account chooser to make finding the right account easy. Control your financial future with helpful budgeting tools and automatic savings plans. Now is the time to enjoy the ride with Plat Valley Bank. You belong here.
And finally tonight, Runz fans here in the Valley are in for a special treat this Saturday. It was announced that the Scottsbluff Runz will have a limited supply of breakfast Runzas featuring sausage, egg, peppers, onions, and cheese starting at 7 a.m. Saturday until supplies run out. The breakfast sandwiches are being offered for a suggested $5 per sandwich donation, and 100% of the donations will benefit the Riverside Discovery Center. Folks will only be allowed to order a maximum of 2 breakfast Runzas per order, and this promotion has been wildly popular at other Runz locations in eastern Nebraska. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.